How's it going, guys? Andy here and welcome back to another video. In this one we're talking about Bluetooth scanners and more specifically the Koamtac 200i versus the Opticon OPN-2006. I think I got that right. So what are they and what do they do? They're Bluetooth scanners, so you pair them via Bluetooth to your mobile phone, and when you're out in the field, whether it be searching for retail arbitrage bargains or out in a charity shop looking for used books, it's going to allow you to scan barcodes using this Bluetooth barcode reader, and it's going to instantly pop up with the information on your screen. So you would use a third-party application to be able to check the price, condition, and compare the price on Amazon to enable you to make an effective buying decision. So they're both really good quality scanners, they're robust, they work well, and they'll both last you a long time as far as I'm concerned. But there's a few slight differences, so we're going to dive into those right now, compare the two to help you make your buying decision. Alrighty, let's dive in. Alrighty, here are the two scanners face to face, and straight away, as you can see, the Opticon is slightly smaller, it's slightly narrower, it's slightly shorter, and I think it's also a bit lighter. So if you're looking for something really compact, then the Opticon is going to win versus the Koamtac KDC. If you're going to keep it on a keychain or a lanyard around your neck, something you're going to have with you all the time, then you might want to go for the Opticon because it is that much smaller. In terms of quality, of the feel, they both feel very good and sturdy. I would say the trigger on the Opticon, I don't know if you can hear that, is very fast. Versus this one here on the KDC, it feels slower. But really, that is a minor point because if you're going that fast, I really don't think you're going to be scanning that quickly. But the trigger, I would say, is better on the Opticon. There's nothing really wrong with the KDC either, although it does feel a little bit slower. As you can see here, we have a screen on the KDC, which means you can make changes on the fly. As you click down through here, you've got a lot of different options, and that way you can actually make changes when you're out in the field if you need to. Whereas this one here, the Opticon, let me grab it, you're going to need to have the sheet print out with you that you actually have to scan one of these barcodes to actually enter into a different mode. Another thing to point out is the KDC here has an onboard memory, which means it will keep track of all the barcodes that you scan, which isn't really any use for us, but it does it anyway. And what that means is after a certain period of time, it's quite a reasonable period of time, that memory becomes full and it won't scan any more items. So you'll then have to go into the options and just clear that memory. It only takes a second, it's not a big deal, but it is something you have to do. You don't have to do it on the Opticon because it doesn't have a memory. It just scans and sends that information to your phone, whereas this does log it. Again, it's not a big deal. Once you've learned the path to come in here and clear that memory, it takes maybe 5 seconds and you're away and scanning again. So again, it's a slight difference, but not a massive deal breaker. Personally, I like the KDC only really because that was the first scanner I bought and it's the one I spent the most time with, so I know it and that's the one I'm most comfortable with. The Opticon will do you just as well if you get used to it and you know it. So really there's little in it. I would say the slightly smallness and the slightly better trigger on here might make the Opticon the slightly better choice, but I've used them both. They're both very good quality and I don't think you'll go wrong with either. So what it might actually come down to, if it's up to you personally, is what price you can get them for. And they do vary online. If you want to buy them new, they are quite expensive, a few £100s, but you can pick them up used on eBay and Amazon. I'll put some links down below where you can pick one up for half that price, if not a bit better. And considering the value you're going to get out of this and the tens of thousands of pounds you're going to be able to make every year with this item, it's a very reasonable price. It's going to last you a long time. I've had this KDC for between 3 and 5 years and it's not missed a beat. There's no problem. I've not had to change the battery and it's still going strong. So They're good investments. If you are getting into book scanning or retail arbitrage, anything where you're going to be needing to scan barcodes regularly, I would recommend one. Alrighty, I think that pretty much wraps it up for this one. I hope you found it useful. Please give it a thumbs up if you have, subscribe for more videos, and as always, thank you very much for watching. My name's Andy Lawrence, and I will catch you on the very next video. Bye for now.